Hey guys, King of Charmax here, to be your judge, your jury, and your analyst. Today I bring to you the most powerful team for Open Great League. Some of you may recognize this if you've been following my content since last season because it's the same exact freaking team. And I don't know why it's so godforsakenly powerful. Well, it's all super meta. Well, so this is G-Fisk, Deoxys defense, and then you have Trevenant to close out. So 3 super metamons, all with incredible pressure and all incredibly powerful. You're gonna see me come back from losing leads and absolutely destroy one of the most hated teams of all time. Well, yeah, I wanted to put that in there, but yes. So it's an incredibly powerful team. You likely have all 3 of these mons you've been playing for a while, except for Deoxys defense if you're brand new, but don't worry. You don't really need Deoxys defense, but this is statistically the most powerful team for Open Great League, still in Season 11. But before I feature the shoutcast, and before we get started, this is my therapist mental health tip for the day. And my therapist mental health for the day is actually something I had to kind of reminded of yesterday. So I had my schedule kind of changed a bit. So yesterday I have like individual supervision at the same time I have my clinic client. So I used to just do it over Zoom or over Teams, and now I do it in person at the clinic. And then I had 2 sessions after, and then after that, this is freaking hilarious. As soon as I got home, I blew a tire. And I didn't mean like blew a tire, but like I got a flat. So like I was literally at the gate of my apartment complex. I took a left and then bam. And you know that when you hear a loud boom when you're driving, it's probably one of your tires blew or you got a flat tire. For some odd reason, I got a flat tire. So I managed to change that. Well, I changed it in my parking lot below, so I changed it, and then it was like, it was super annoying. So today I have to go, and as annoying as it was, I live right next to a tire shop that fixes flats, so then I already did an appointment in the afternoon, and I'm gonna get it fixed. In other words, I'm talking about gratitude. Yes, a lot of bad stuff happens to us on a daily basis. Yes, some of you may never make Legend, or never have made Legend, or anything like that, or anything Pokemon Go PvP related. Be grateful, have gratitude, because you know what? In all, whether you make a Legend or not many people care. And as much as it hurts to say that, but that is true, because Pokemon Go PvP isn't as popular as other esports games like League of Legends, that's a big one. Valorant, which mind you has been probably around the same time. You know, I'm gonna make comparisons on this later because I have to roast go badly. Valorant, Rocket League. What else is another freaking super popular esport? Oh, by the way, Rocket League is having a college esports thing going on, so they're growing exponentially. And what else is going on? Pokemon Unite. Even Pokemon Unite's eclipsing Pokemon Go PvP at this point. But despite all of this, have gratitude. And gratitude means appreciating the good things in life no matter how big or small. Making the practice of gratitude a regular part of the day can build happiness, self-esteem, and provide other health benefits. So I'm going to put this worksheet below, but there's a lot of things you could do to remember for gratitude, or basically like mindfulness, so being grateful. There's a journal. You can give thanks, so you keep your eyes open and for reasons to say thank you. So giving thanks, for me, it's being a therapist. I guess that's how I give thanks to other people, or like giving to others. Mindfulness, go out and appreciate your surroundings. Usually if I'm like in between a therapy session or something like that, I'll like walk out of the clinic and like walk around the building for a little bit. I may or may not be playing Pokemon Go, but yeah, just being mindful. So gratitude letter, also grateful contemplation, and a gratitude conversation. So this is probably one of the most valuable ones, and I've heard a lot of motivation coaches doing this, is with another person. So list 3 things that you're grateful for throughout the day and spend a moment discussing, contemplating each point with yourself or with another person. So making it part of your routine. In other words, 3 things I'm usually grateful for: food, and even more food. I'm just kidding. Food, I would say my audience as far as you guys, and being able to do what I love is being a therapist. So I love being a therapist, and I'm pretty grateful to do what I do and extremely successful at it so far. So what I mean so far is that I'm aware bad things are going to happen, but I'm going to deal with them later. So yeah, my journey as a clinician is only beginning, so it's going to be really stressful. But yes, have gratitude no matter what happens in any battle you have, whether you're trying hard or not. I may or may not be. I'm not trying that hard at all. Other than tapping, I'm really not thinking my opponent might catch this move or something like that. I'm kind of just going on autopilot like I usually do, because I actually don't count. I just battle subconsciously because I'm too good at that. I'm so good at the game that whatever happens, happens. Whatever, yeah, that's how I kind of approach Go Battle is. I'll make Legend if I put the effort in. If I don't care about it like I do now, I probably won't. Well, I still will, but then it's going to take me a lot longer. I probably just won't care. But that's my therapist mental health tip review for the day. Without further ado, let's get started. This is the most powerful team for Open Great League Season 11. Alright, here are the battles. For my first one, I don't know what that sounds really cool. It sounds like Kingdom Hearts, you know, Keyblades Infinite or something like that. Kingdom Hearts is an amazing series. I loved it so much. We win the lead. We Altaria into our G-Fisk, and I'm like, is this one of that super meta team? Or is this like one of the like Altaria? There's an extremely powerful Altaria team, at least from the last time I was around, and it had an Altaria lead. I think this is the same one because it also had a Toxicroak in it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to send in Deoxys defense against this Toxicroak. I'm going to get a little more energy here. This is probably going to be a Mud Bomb, but I'm going to shield anyways. I'm going to grab a little more energy because what's going to happen here is that I just want as much as I can. If they don't shield this Psycho Boost, I'm either going for the triple Psycho Boost play to take out Toxicroak, or they're going to let Toxicroak grow and they're going to send in Altaria. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. So I'm going to send in, they're going to send the Altaria, and I'm going to dump a bunch of rocks on top of this thing. I'm going to go Earthbender style, you know what I mean? Like Toph. Yeah, Toph. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Toph the Earthbender. That's right. Toph just throws a bunch of rocks at you. Because I did all that extra energy gain, I'm able to fire another rock slide. So that's why I kind of like waited a bit. We put this Altaria at half HP. Yeah, I'm down to shield, but we got a whole G-Fist. We keep alignment, and we got Trevenant. And it's a Registeel. I'm like, oh, great. So here's the thing. Because I have so much energy on this G-Fisk, I'm going to just straight Earthquake. No, seriously, I'm just going to straight Earthquake. It sounds suicidal, but you could totally just, I could totally just shield this, go straight Earthquake, and then I could throw Trevenant against this Registeel. As long as I line G-Fisk onto Altaria, I'm Gucci, and that's GG's. But yes, I believe this was like a super powerful, yeah, Altaria, Toxicroak, Registeel. It was an extremely powerful combination last season, and this person is using it against me to this day. Unfortunately, I kind of just RPS you, as I send in Trevenant to ball out, literal ball out, Hadouken. Street Fighter 6 is releasing, by the way, so I'm super excited about that. Oh, and by the way, oh yes, if you, oh wait, speaking of Hadoukens and Fireballs, if you guys know the Slayers, it's this really old anime, but it's like, it's my favorite anime of all time, and it's because it's called Lena Inverse, and it's this sorceress that goes out, steals the first scene is she steals these bandits' money and blows them up with a fireball, and that's when I knew when I was a child that this is going to be my favorite anime. And thankfully, thanks to streaming and everything, I was able to actually, like, just stream the rest of the series. So, Slayers, yes. Underrated, one of my favorite animes. But yes, Lena Inverse. She is dominating the world with her flat chest. No, seriously, one of the running gags of the series is that she has a flat chest. So, now that I'm done telling you about one of my favorite animes, we're just going to dump a bunch of rocks on this Altaria, and this is pretty much GG's. So, all I had to do here was double up on rock slide, and then, yeah, I made this a hell of a lot closer than it did, but all I really had to do to make it to win the match was to just make sure I'm really good on my energy management, and that's GG's. As you see, effortless. That was close though, but it was effortless. So, for the next battle, we got Ross on Arrow. Yeah. And we got Walrein and G-Fisk. Okay, so there's actually a way Walrein can actually win the 2 shields. If you get massively jabaited. And I spend my shields, like, if you watch Reincarnation of the Shield Hero, also one of my really top animes, unfortunately, I will expend all of my shields like a casino here. I am gambling more than a raid trying to get that Shunno Kyogre right now. Yes, I spent a decent amount. Yes, you know, when it comes to contributing to Niantic's pocket, I did a decent amount of that damage in the early days of my career as a Pokemon Go player. And yes, I spent a lot of money. So speaking of gambling and gambling addiction, more on that in another video for mental illness. In relation to Pokemon Go, so I'm gonna break both shields here, and then what's gonna happen is this person is going to 69420 Earthquake the crap out of me because now I'm down shields. Theoretically, I could switch out here and give up Switch, but I can also just send in Deoxys defense and beat the unholy crap out of this stupid Walrus. As you see, my opponent absolutely dominates the 2 shield. I send Deoxys defense, go Battle Egg, takes my soul for about 2 seconds. I managed to farm this entire Walrein, and hopefully we have a strong back row. And they send in Swampert, and I'm like, oh, this might actually work out. So the thing about Swampert is that 2 Psycho Boosts will take you out at this instant. So as you see here, I'm just gathering a bunch of energy, trying to make my counters count, because this Psycho Boost is going to go off, and one of 2 things is going to happen. One of my opponents is going to switch out, or they're going to stay in. So as you see, I double Psycho Boost. This won't actually kill the Swampert. It'll leave it almost dead, but my opponent probably is going to switch out after this one. So I swap out, and I try to snipe down my opponent, and they fire their Hydro Cannon, which is actually great because I get 1 or 2 Shadow Claws worth of energy here. And they send in Venusaur, which is great because Venusaur is never going to actually get to a Frenzy Plant to take me out because I was able to catch the Hydro Cannon. And this Shadow Ball plus the Shadow Claw should take out this Venusaur. We ball out Hadouken, the Dark Hado comes and takes our opponent's soul, and that's GG's. So, we lost the lead. We literally sacrificed our poor G-Fist to the gods, and somehow, some way, we still came out with a W. That's how good I am at this game. But yeah. Next up, we got Stunfisk onto Trevenant. This is terrible. Trevenant beats Stunfisk straight C-Bomb pretty convincingly. So all we're going to do here is we're going to stack our Pancake in the lead. So despite the fact that this is an incredibly dominant freaking lead against us, no seriously, C-Bomb, not only can they catch you on CMP, but like you, yeah, it's really rough. So my plan here is to literally just straight Rock Slide the Unholy Living God out of this freaking Trevenant, and then I'm just going to give up G-Fisk in the lead. So this is perfectly fine. My game plan here is to do some Rock Slide damage here. And then I believe I'm going to send in Trevenants. And then my own Trevenant. And I'm going to attempt to Shadow Claw down. They will never get to another they can't get to 2 Shadow Balls at this point. Actually, no, I'm going to get 1 more. And then I'm going to sack, yes. I remember what I did now. So as you see, I'm going to fire off this Rock Slide. I'm going to try to get both of my opponent's shields. But what I'm trying to do here is I'm going to basically Rock Slide out. And I want them to fire their energy. After that, I should be able to farm down with Trevenant. I won't be able to get to another Rock Slide in this instance, and I won't be able to win the 2 shield. So I won't win the 2 shield. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send in Trevenant here, and because my Trevenant has 15 attack, having a crappy Trevenant can come to your advantage. Because what you can do is you could do things like this, where you can go ahead and farm down your opponent. My opponent sends in G-Fisk, which is great because I should be able to just Shadow Ball here, and then I can just C-Bomb out. My opponent's going to be able to Rock Slide you Oblivion, but however, I should be able to win CMP, and my opponent's Trevenant's near dead. So, as long as Deoxys defense is able to take out my opponent's back row, this should be game for me. So, Rock Slide goes off, I should be able to get to another Seed Bomb, and then my opponent's back row has to contend with an almost dead Trevenant and my Deoxys defense. But I'm pretty confident in my decisions here, and it happens to be a Medicham, and I'm vibing so hard right now. So I'm going to fire the Shadow Ball because I won't be able to get to a Shadow Ball, but that's perfectly fine because all we're going to do is fire off the Seed Bomb, send in Deoxys defense. Deoxys defense can comfortably beat an Ice Punch, Power Up Punch, or a Psychic, whatever this Medicham has to offer, and even better, they blow their energy, and this is probably a Power Up Punch. Power Up Punch goes through. I'm going to send in Deoxys defense after doing a little more chip damage here. Actually, no, I'm just going to send in Deoxys defense after I blow it out. And then all I have to do is farm down this Medicham, Psycho Boost down the Trevenant in the back, and because that Trevenant has no energy, this is game. My opponent's going to quit out pretty fast here, or they're just going to let me counter them down here, or I'm going to fire the Psycho Boost. So I fire the Psycho Boost, catch on the Trevenant, and I want this to happen. Psycho Boost is going to go off, and all I have to do is counter down the Medicham, or my opponent's going to top left because this is pretty much game. And that's GG's. Behold, the big ghost tree. There aren't really, no, actually there's that Ghost Knight anime that came out and I just watched 2. You know, Ghost anime, in anime nowadays you see like Overlord and like this Knight thing. I thought they were like the same. It's not the same. And as you see, this is definitely not the same because we got Shadow Swampert onto our G-Fisk and this is terrible. And then we get an Umbreon, so we get hard countered off the bat. And I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm like, dang. So we got hard countered on the lead and we got hard countered on the switch. The good thing is we got a hella energy. So maybe, just maybe, we can somehow, some way come out with a win condition. I'm going to dump a bunch of Rock Slides here. My plan here is I want to win switch, so I'm going to expend both of my shields. It sounds crazy, but that's probably my best play. What I'm hoping for here is that I saw Swampert Elite, so I'm like, my brain was thinking, I was like, or my subconscious was thinking, because I don't consciously think and go battling nowadays. I kind of just tap, 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 blap, 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 and then I go on my merry way. I take my time machine like the Avengers or Doctor Strange, and I just use the time stone, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Actually, no, that would be the Mind Stone, right? Not the time stone, yeah. But yes, as you see here, my opponent takes it all, comes out with shield advantage, And I'm actually vibing. I'm pretty happy with this. I have a shield, I have Trevenant, and that's a Skarmory. And I'm like, oh my god, I was right. So thanks to this, they should theoretically shield this Rock Slide because they don't want to take too much damage. And then I can align the Stunfisk against the Skarmory, and then I have Trevenant for that Swampert. So I'm able to catch the Hydro Cannon. I was expecting them to fire it really fast. That's why you saw me switch like light speed. So as you see here, I switched hard fast as heck like Shinra on the Fire Force, you know, when he goes Idola Burst and he just like spans the thing of time and he just particles his body. So because I was able to catch that Hydro Cannon, I should be able to double up on Seed Bomb here, or Go Balag is going to attempt to take my soul. And I was about to be like, I was like, really, dude? Like, as this was going on, I was like, come on. And this game is so good. You know, it's so goated. But because we're able to we should be able to get 2 Seed Bombs here. And then all we have to do is G-Fisk aligns with that Skarmory, and that's game. So my opponent's likely going to quit out because it's already over at this point. In the zeros, I should be able to just do enough Shadow Claw damage and then Rock Slide for game. So my opponent knew that. So for my 7600th battle, this makes me so angry. We get a Victreebel, and I already know this is a Grasshole team. So in order to win this team, all I have to do is just triple Rock Slide here. I have to make sure I time my intervals correctly, because if Victreebel gets any extra Razor Leafs through, you basically lose the 2 shield outright. So as you see here, 1 goes down, and I'm just being very sparing with my moves because I don't want to, if it gets 1 through, I die. Leaf Blade goes off, and then I will shield here, and all I'm going to do is gather up to as many Rock Slide and making sure that no other Razor Leafs, well, actually, you know, it can go through, well, no, you're going to see that you kind of have to make sure that it doesn't. As you see here, because I was able to make sure that my opponent does not get any extra fast moves through, I'm able to triple Rock Slide and win switch. Now I'm a shield up, and then they send the Deoxys defense. All I have to do is send in Trevenant, and you probably have a Bastion on the back, and this is GG's. That's game. This is so satisfying. Yes, I want to include this battle because there's nothing more satisfying than killing a Grasshole team. This is the most powerful Open Great League team. It receives 11, and I hope y'all enjoyed the battles. And that's GG's. I hope y'all enjoyed the battles. This team is still really solid, and it really shows how there really needs to be some kind of balance in Go Battle League. In Go Battle League, there is no such thing as balance. Well, actually, it's the same thing for the regular Pokemon Go. Like, even in an Open Great League format, it's just everything is so godforsakingly powerful. It's just anything goes, and there's really little, like, player mechanics matter, but when it comes to an Open Great League format, it doesn't really matter that much. As you see here, dominant alignment can be taken out with just awareness and the fact that you play the game a lot. Because people that are competing in regionals or like worlds right now, world championships, they play the game a lot. And everything is usually the same. That's what makes it super boring in comparison to like VGC or something like that, where you see a whole bunch of combinations that you can see, and abilities, Dynamax, etc. can kind of counteract it, and it makes it pretty exciting. In Pokemon Unite, you can have a bazillion different team comps, and of course someone can clutch out and go 1v5 or like just ace the entire enemy team, and things can be exciting. In Pokemon Go PvP, you have tap tap, blap blap, or you could tell, it's pretty easy to tell that you can win ahead of time if you've pretty much subconsciously trained your mind like you do now. It's like the argument I make when it comes to leaderboard players versus legends. You may think you're not that great if you've just made veteran or expert, but you've probably beaten a legend or beaten someone like me or someone else really, really good, or a former leaderboard player like that, in one point in time. So you have if you've made it to veteran, you probably beat a legend along the way, some way, shape, or form. This game doesn't have a lot of depth. So, with that being said, try your best, do your sets, learn, and once you learn a certain set, you can also be legend. It's not that difficult. In comparison to, I would say, things like Apex Legends, where people could play as much as they want, so making pred is very, very difficult. Because what does that mean? Well, that's another thing. Go Battle League still is only 25 battles a day, and I do not, the reason why they do 25 battles a day is because they don't want to overload their servers and something breaks again. Because Niantic doesn't care about Go Battle League. They don't really care about Go Battle. They really don't. So If they cared, I wouldn't have lagged in Battle 4, and I wouldn't have been lagging after 4 years since your PvP system's been out. So it just really shows to what the state of PvP is, and the fact that even though they don't do anything, or whether they have a rank system or not, they can't fix anything or make it work most of the time. But yay! 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 We should not be lagging at this point, and we're a poor excuse for an esport if somehow, some way, we lag. Yeah. No, that's a topic for another video, but I hope y'all enjoyed the battles. Again, please like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. I really do appreciate y'all. Also, I stream on Twitch on Saturday on, I think it's, when do I stream? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday? Yeah, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is when I stream, so I will be streaming again this week, so yes, I will see you guys then if you are there. If you don't make it, that's perfectly fine. I appreciate y'all on YouTube. Good luck on your Go Battle League sets, and I will see y'all on the next video.